in a event, so what is the event and what is the jQuery event? So today we'll look into the events, okay, and how events work and how we use the event, okay. So what it mean by the event? So event, it means that means what action you are performing on particular control, okay, or what action you are performing on a particular control, okay. So consider let me open. Consider here. Just a minute. Okay, so consider this is button, okay, this is button. On this button you are performing a different kind of action, you are taking different kind of action on this button. So what action you are going to take on this button? So first thing, you click this action, okay, then this is a click, this is one action. After click, what functionality you want to perform, okay, after click, if you click on this, then what action you want to do, okay, then that's called as click action, okay. After that, if you just move your mouse pointer here, then we can call it as a mouse over. If you if you click and release the button, then a release event is there. Or if you double click here, then double click event. So based on what action you are doing on this HTML control, and it's now I gave the example of button, it might be the paragraph, it might be the h1, it might be the link drop down, link drop down, okay. So each control it having their different actions associated with it, okay, each control having different action associated against it. So what functionality you want to do against it, which is called as event, okay. Here yesterday we saw that here is our click event, okay. Here we have click function, so which is one click event, where on this para tag we set the click function on the para to be this tag. So we have set the click event here, okay, we set the click event. Means once we click on that this paragraph, so what action you want to do, means what functionality you want to perform. So consider you just push the door, there is a door, then you push the door. After push the door means, consider this is the door, this is a door, and you push that door. After push that door, what action you want to perform, which action you need to write in the event, which action you are going to perform, it is written in the event. Means that is one event. You open the door, you open the door of your home, okay, then what action you are going to do? Then after entering, then you will say I will press the button to on the light, okay, your light will be on, okay. So your light will be on. So it means you press the button and your light will be on. And then after that say consider if you enter, then what you are going to do? So after entering, you then uh, after opening the door, you will go on the light, switch on the fan, then sit at some place, or you do some action. You go, if you came outside from so consider you came outside from rain, so then you go in a bathroom, or means like this way you are going to take some action. So what action you are going to do, which will be going to be taken care on this function, okay, or on this event, okay. Based on that event, you are going to write your what you are going to do, means either it's a method or anything, okay. So moving towards the event, so we'll go in a more details about the event. So event, jQuery events, okay. In a JavaScript there are also the event, but in a jQuery it provides you the more flexibility and more methods associated with the particular element and easy to write, okay. So moving mouse over element, select radio button, click on element, okay. So different visitors action that web page can be respond called event. Event represent the precise moment when something happened. Okay, if interviewer asks you what is you know about the event, so you just tell them that event, event means what action you are going to do on the what action you are going to do on the mouse click or mouse hover or blur or different kind of events. Okay, means what action you are, means see, the particular interview expectation is not a particular definition. His expectation is what you know meaning of practical meaning of the particular element. So you just need to say him, yes, event means if consider the button, if we click on that, then button click event. If you move the mouse pointer on it, then mouse over event is there. If you click that, then click if double click event. So this is called an event, and based on that event, what action you want to do, we write it in a separate we write it in a function, and we do some action on that. Okay, so which is called an event. So definition should be practical oriented. It's not directly the scientific definition. So you need to give the example. If you don't, means what I want to say, just give the example. Event means consider the button. On the button there are this kind of events, and on that event we can do this functionality. Okay, this is called as event. So there are different events associated with different elements. Okay, so consider mouse event. So mouse click, double click, mouse center, mouse leave. Okay, keyboard event, key press, key down, key up, then form event, submit, change, focus. So gradually you come across the different events. Okay, so as we have explored earlier, this is a paragraph click event. Okay, so whenever we go here, see here, I'll make it a document. Okay, so document dot ready function. In this, yesterday I select here para 2. Based on this para 2, there are two paragraphs. On that there is a click function. On the click function we write this, we gave the alert. Okay, so this is the basic kind of event. Yesterday we checked that, means there are two paragraphs having id para 2, and if I move my cursor on these two HTML elements, then it will display the alert para clicked. Okay, so like this way we write the event. Okay, we will go in more details in event. Commonly used events. So document.ready for event means once your whole HTML will be loaded, then HTML will ready on the page, then this function will get called. Okay, that is the document.ready function. So click event, you know the click event. So click event, then see in this, here they said this dot hide. Same way this, now you understand the meaning of the this here. Okay, so I'll say here this dot hide. Okay, so I call the hide method here. Okay, so I call hide method here. Now I'll go in the browser and refresh the output. Where is my output? Just a minute. I open it from the drive, because I have not created the workspace. Once workspace is created, we can directly click out. So I will, sorry, not right. That was Jquery. Now you can see here. See now what I have written in this code. Para click function hide para 2. There are two para, this one and this one. If I click, is there something happen? Nothing is happen. Even though this one is a para 2. Even though this is a para 2. I save this and now I'll go and refresh it. Nothing is happening. Okay, nothing is happening. That's so good. Nothing is happening. Now it's working. Okay, para 2 is there. See para 2, but para 2. Oh, sorry, here we say, let me hash para 2. Okay, hash para 2. Now means what it mean by para 2? There are two para 2s. Here is and here. Okay, once I call, then what is happened? It hide that. Okay, so I save this and I go into the output window, refresh. So it's not allowing me to hide this, but I can hide this one. Okay, I can hide, means this para2 is get, I can hide this para2. My function will get call on this para2, but not this para2. Okay, not on this para2, even though both having the same ID. Even though both having the same ID. Here you can see para2 is there, para2 is there, but for first para2 it called for first para2, but it ignored the second para2. You are getting my point? If it ignore the second para2, means what happened? Means once we call this para2 as a click function, it just consider the first first one which is of come. Okay, so what I do, I will copy it and paste it here. Save this. Okay, and refresh. Now I click here, but it's not allowing me to the last para2 because what happened, once I call the para2 click function, it will read the parse the entire HTML and check that where is the para2 ID. Then he found the para2 ID here and it will hide that particular para2. Okay, so getting the point. So if you want to hide all the para2, how we'll do that? I will go in comment section. What I do, I just give the class name. I say para class. Okay, and same class name given to both. Okay, let me check how it will work. If I give the class name here, I'm just checking dot here, class means dot, and I save this. Okay, some mismatch is there. Okay, now double quote was missing. I save this. Now I will go output window, refresh it. So here you can see para class. There are two para class. If I click here, you are getting, see the difference. Now I save this, refresh. Now I can hide both them because I have taken it as a class. I have taken it as a class. Okay, you please try to understand. I have taken it as a class. Okay, so earlier I have taken it as ID, then it would consider only first ID element. Okay, first ID. But when I will say the class, then it will consider the both and it will hide all the function for both. Okay, so please try to understand this change. Okay, after that, moving ahead in event, so double click event. So next thing, important thing is what is this? Okay, what is the this dot hide? Okay, so what this means that many times you saw that in jQuery also there is this means the on which element. Okay, on which, in which element you are. Now I am this a para class element. What element? Para class element. I am in a para class element. If I will say like this dot hide, now it will treat to this document as an element. Okay, and it will hide entire document. You see the output. Okay, just a minute. We'll go output screen here, refresh, and see. I click so here this dot hide, I refresh it, just a minute, save it. See here, this dot hide, just a minute. If I call document dot click function associated with or not, I'm just checking. I'm not sure on that. Let me press F12. I just to put a breakpoint and refresh. Go here, F10, jump outside. Just a file. See, whenever I click anywhere here, you see, if I click here, let me refresh. F5, document dot click function. Document means our entire these things. Okay, if I click anywhere here, I will Let me check. I give the alert here. Alert. I just trying the click event. Just try. Uh, Alert doc click. Okay. I'm just trying. No breakpoint. See here, doc click. Okay, when I click, means doc means here entire HTML, and if you click here entire HTML, it will click anywhere. But when I say this dot hide, okay, this dot hide means this HTML entire, but it's not allowing to hide anything. It's not allowing to hide anything. Okay, so what happening here? What happening means this document means this entire HTML document, the property of a hide is not associated with this document, means HTML document. Okay, that's why it's not allowing to the hiders. Otherwise, it will directly. Let me check. I just put it here and hide. Okay, and refresh. Nothing is happening. Means the document dot hide property is not valid here. Okay, document, and even there is no error in the console also. Okay, so no need to worry, because we never try this kind of things for we never required such kind of never required any event for a document. Okay, whenever we generally use the ready event for a document. Moving towards the next thing. So double click. Once you double click, then it will call that event. Mouse center method attached to handler function to the HTML. The function executed mouse pointer enter the HTML element. So if we'll say, I just copy this function and Ctrl Z. Okay, so here, okay, so I say para class mouse enter function this dot hide, means once I enter my mouse pointer there, so what happens here? See, it will quickly hide those things. Okay, see, see how it will hide. I have not clicked anywhere anything. Okay, just I move my mouse pointer, but this is the mouse. See what it called, the event name is mouse enter. Once my mouse enter in this two element, then it will hide it will hide that. Okay, so this is the mouse event. So check someone. Okay, so we'll move him ahead. Mouse leave. Once my mouse is there and I move outside that, then it will mouse leave event will happen. If I click on that, press on that, then mouse down event will be there. I just show you mouse down. Okay, now I'll go here. Let me save and refresh it. Something happening. Let me sign off. Okay. Now it's refresh. Okay, now if I click, see, see here, you can what event mouse down. If means once I click, it will hide that particular element. Okay, so first try to understand. I hope you know the meaning of the hide and remove. Okay, please try to. There is a hide and remove is also there. Remove means it will remove that particular HTML from a page, and hide means it will just invisible the particular element from the page, but HTML content is remain on the page. Okay, hide means it will, remove means it will directly remove the content. Okay, so mouse down, mouse up. Over means hover means once you move your cursor or pointer on particular element, then mouse over function will get called. Okay, mouse will function will get called. Let me show you that mouse over here function enter function. Let me show you enter in just a moment. See, you enter P1. Okay, by you now leave P1. Okay, So here by you leave p1. Okay, so here what happened, mouse hover means once you hover means once you move your cursor on particular HTML element, it will give you can perform any action on that, or if after this it again it will call another function. Means at a time here two functions are getting called on the mouse over. One is it will give the alert enter p1 by you leave the p1. This is another. See, means on mouse over if the two functions are there, one is for enter and other is for leave. One is for enter and other is for leave. Okay, so we'll look into that function in more detail to get more clarity on that. What I do, I just copy the content inside this function. Function, just a minute, over. Okay, I will take entire thing and I put my para class here and dot here. Okay, and I give the alert here. Okay, so here now here they are saying alert console. I'll say console log, because if I will not say the console log, I need to close the alert and again I will use that. Okay, console log. Okay, so here console log. Now here I'll go outside and where is my, okay, I press F12 here. Okay, now I press F12. See, para class. See, dot para class, then over you entered p1 and by leave. Okay, now see, now look here below here. Now I just see I enter, my cursor is say hello Jquery 2, and when I take it up, see by, if I enter here you can see you enter in the p1. Okay, Jquery 2. If I go out, see by now leave the p1. So this is the, like this way these events are getting called. Okay, like this way this event over, the first event is to you enter, and then second function, the first function when you enter and second function when you come out of the over event. Okay, so this is about the over event, mouse over event. So then focus. Okay, focus, after you want to put your focus. Okay, if you put your focus on any of your control, okay, if there is a text field and you want to highlight or you want to grade out the background, then you can do that. Okay, so if I just copy this and I put it here. Okay, background color and here. Okay, color here background. Okay, and just to check that, now here see, I refresh. Now see here color, background color, here background color is changed here. Okay, so if I now I need to know the background color, I say red here and I will say red. Okay, refresh it here. See, when my cursor is there, when I take my cursor out, it will become again enter, it will grade out, again out, grade. Okay, why? Because see, over function, if I say over, then first function will enter function and other function is a leave function. But here this means this particular element, on which element you are, for which element you are writing the event. So this element means this element. Okay, this element means this element. Okay, this means this element p para class. Please try to understand on which you are calling the over function. Okay, so then on this dot css, see here you can understand dot css, the meaning of the dot css means how we can quickly write the dot css here. And in jQuery we need to set style, then css. Here we can say dot css in bracket, you can directly write your css code here and you can here also. Okay, so quickly you can do the change. Okay, so like this way we call this event, and within the event we change the background color. So just quickly moving ahead, this is consider what is this focus event. Okay, what is this focus event? Okay, focus we check that focus event allow to enter these two functions, allow to for these two functions. We'll go and check. Okay, see, let me check. See, let me remove the one of the function, because function not allow them with two functions at a time. See here, there is some syntax error. Okay, then we need to check the brackets. Our brackets are correct or not. So here my opening, see here, there is an issue. This function here, okay, extra. This one is extra for previous function. Now it's clear. Always concentrate on a bracket, means check that opening, closing, this opening. So if you move cursor, it will select this, means this opening, then this closure is associated with these two are matching, then this curly braces is matching with this one. Okay, so always keep in mind with the brackets. Okay, so now see, uncaught expected error, unexpected end of the input. Okay, so there is some error in my screen. Click here. Okay, so script, here is some error, unexpected error. So in the script tag, okay, here means there is some issue in my so yeah, here for that purpose you need to say HTML head body. See, here is the body tag. Where is my body tag? Here body is tag is here. Let me close the HTML tag. There is an issue. Just move the cursor. See, once you move the cursor on particular area, it's saying curly braces expected. Okay, so curly bracket. Where is the curly bracket? So expected. Just to check, this is opening. So document dot get ready event. Okay. See, for document dot ready, for this document dot ready, we have closed this function properly here, but document dot ready function is not closed properly. So what I do, I take it, tab it, I'll say here this. Okay, and I save this. Now I'll go and check the output. Now there is a no error on the screen. Just to check the console, no error. Now I'll say focus. Nothing is happening here. Why? The event I'm calling, which is focus, background color, this dot css. Okay, before that we need to say console dot log. See, we don't know the meaning, just to check that means why focus is not working, and just say focus, check that my event is getting call or not. Okay, I just check through the console log, save this, refresh. Okay, so focus event is not working here. Focus out. Let me check here why focus event is not working. Go here, try it, run. Okay, so focus event. Okay, so one thing, and you know that the focus event is not associated with uh, these tags. Okay, means this is a p paragraph or h1. Okay, for focus element, what you need to do, you need to take a input tags. Focus means, if see, if I move my if I say here, if I'm click here, my cursor will enter inside this tag, then it will change the color. So this is called as focus event. Focus, and that focus event associated with the input, associated with the input here, and I try to apply that focus event on the paragraph. So what do you need to do, you just check here, just put here. Okay, just a minute, I copy this focus input tag element and paste it here. Okay, so I saved it and go to here. Where is my output? Okay, full name. Okay, based on a name. Now here selector is a name. Here selector is a name. Now yeah, now here something different I'm going to tell you how to select. Here id is not there, class name is not there, but here what is the input is there, input type name is associated with. So how that parameter is getting called here, here they are directly synced here. Okay, okay, what I do, just put this two. Okay, something new I'm going to tell you here. Just to look here. Okay, I remove this. And now here you can say like this. You can say input. Okay, input console log. Okay, focus. Okay, so you can say like this input. But let me show you one thing. Just refresh. See, it grayed out. It grayed out the background once I enter my focus there, and you can see the console. In console also there are output. You can see the in the console here 5 times focus is printed here. Okay, focus. Okay, so here now I say input, but here what I want to tell you something different. Okay, what I want to tell you something different. What I'm saying, just a minute. What I'm saying here, you can see the two input fields are there. Okay, and what I do, I directly said input here. What I say, input. Okay, I directly say input and dot focus, input dot focus. But what I want to do, if the field name is the full name, then focus background color is a red, and if email background color is a yellow. Okay, so what you do, but you will say that I can write the ID or I can put the class name, but here I want to use these two names, two attributes. Name means I want to use the name attribute. What attribute I want to use? Based on name, I want to call the focus event. I want to call the focus event on this input field. So how you will do that? Okay, how you will do that? I just go here, just remove this, and now see now what I'm doing. Now here I'm saying input. Okay, here input focus, and it will call this function. Now I'll see here. I'll do some change here. Okay, so here I'm saying input. Okay, bracket. Okay, see here, name equal to, just in single bracket, full name. Okay, I leave it. Now see whether it will work or not. I just refresh it. So it's giving me the error. Let me check the error. Uncaught input is not not defined. Let me put in a double quote. So here. So sometimes I cannot recall them. Okay, now see. Now you can see. You can see here what I'm doing here. Now you think that input name, here I have used the selector as a name, as a selector as a name here. Okay, so please try to understand. I have used selector as a name. Here also I can use the selector as a email. Okay, now earlier traditional way we use the class and ID, but here I'm using the selector as a name or title. So here what I did here, I just use the name attribute here. I use the name attribute here and use the use it for as a selector. Okay, so generally what happens, generally consider if you are doing any custom coding changes in existing applications, their ID is not exist or class name is not exist, you will get the attribute name or title, name or title. And what I'm saying, sometimes what happen, name or title attribute is there. Okay, these two attributes are there, name and title, and id and class missing is there. Okay, id and class are missing. So how you can do that, means then there is a challenges, then there is a challenges for you how you can use this name and title. These two are not there, but you cannot modify this HTML because HTML is already shared by the UI/UX team. UI team already share with you the HTML code, and your role is to bind the data to this HTML. Okay, so what you do, means there is basic challenges you face. You think that, oh, ID and class is not there, I need to modify this, but while modifying this, if you modify this, you don't have rights to update this HTML. Okay, so what you need to work out this name and title consider. Okay, I rename it as a title. Okay, title. So here two different selectors are there, one is name and other is title. So how you will do that? Okay, so what I do, I just to copy this. Okay, now here now here what I say, input. Please see, check this. Okay, input means first thing is HTML type. What is the input? Then then in a bracket, then in a bracket syntax is always similar. In a bracket you need to select the attribute, which attribute, which is as a selector, name or title. Okay, and it's a value. Then jQuery will check, compiler will check the what is the attribute, and it will associate that particular event against it. Okay, so now I will copy this and I paste it here. Okay, I just do the tab here, means I move this entire thing right. Okay, and always keep this, check that. Okay, this matching, curly braces are matching. Okay, good, curly braces are matching. Now you go here. Now what you will do, you will console log, just take it back. Now console log here, you will see gray and I will say here red. So this is background color is red. Okay, so you know the meaning of each thing here. And now I'll say it here, email. For email the attribute is title, attribute type is title, selector is a title. So we are not using our traditional idea in a class. Here I am using the title because many times what happens, there are, consider on a form there are 20 fields and each field having their specific meaning. So consider this is a full name, email, student name, employee ID, employee salary, like this particular meaning associated with this title or name, and you want to use this it as a selector. So simple way, so we use this way for a select. Okay, so now I refresh it. See, this is for red and this is a gray. Okay, so it's working for full name different and email different. Okay, so we understand the meaning here, what are the different events are there and how we can associate events against the particular element. Okay, so now as of now, any concern